Oh my god, I'm live! Change what? Change, swipe to change the filter. Why do I want to change the filter? I don't want to change the filter. How do I go back to normal? I don't want no filters. Where's none? None filter. Sure. Okay. I don't want a filter. Hello, welcome. I am just trying this for the first time, so bear with me. I'm Laurie Marie. I'm doing live intuitive guidance tonight. I just am able to go live. I'm so excited. So let me know if you have any questions or you there's anything you want support with. I'm so excited to be doing this. It took me a while to get the hang of TikTok and to figure out what everybody wanted. So I finally hit the 1,000 mark as of this morning. Woo! So now I can be here with you and share. So how does this work? Are you guys able to write comments or to share, put your questions below? How does it work? Tell me, show me, help me, please. Okay, that's where the questions go. I feel so old to try to figure this out. Not really, but it is kind of funny. On so many other platforms, I can go live right away. So it's funny to like not really be sure where to do it on this one. I don't like filters. I don't want a filter. No, thank you. So say hello. Let me know where you're coming in from. Let me know how I can support you. What do you want to know? What do you want to talk about? Ask me anything. It's such a new and exciting world. Let me see. Can I invite people too? Oh, that's exciting. Hello, welcome. Say hello. Let me know where you're coming in from. Let me know what you want to talk about. Let me know what you have questions about. So recently I've been sharing some videos about how to develop your intuition. It's been a lot of fun. Like we've been playing some Uno. We've been playing using some Oracle decks, and really the intention around it is to really help you get to learn how to trust yourself and your intuition. So even more so than it being about being right or getting it right, it's about really learning to trust and allow the answer to come without letting the mind get in the way. So, hello, welcome. I see we got some people popping in. Let me know if you have any questions. No questions yet. Hello, hello, welcome. I'm just figuring out how to do this. To be real honest, I just got to come on live on TikTok today. So I'm trying it out. But the whole purpose of why I wanted to do it was to be able to say hello to you, to have conversations, to connect with you, and also to be able to support you in any way or with any questions you have, whether it be about your intuition, about relationships, about where you want to go in life, what your purpose is, like whatever. I did it! Yay! I know when I first joined TikTok, it was like right around the time we all went into lockdown. It was like March, and I started seeing like, oh, what's this thing called TikTok? Everybody's, checking out. And so I found it really fun, and I found it to be like, oh, this is refreshing. It's so much better than like Facebook and so much more fun. But I didn't really know, okay, what direction do I want to take it? Because there's so many directions I could take it. So you guys seem to be digging the intuitive guidance and the developing your intuition. So we're going to roll with it. But I finally hit the 1,000 mark. And for me, it's not about like how many followers, more it's about impact and how many people I can, oh, good. Yeah. It's such an amazing platform to learn on and to have fun on and to laugh. I think a lot of us need a lot of laughter right now, and, yeah, it's an exciting place to be. It's a lot of fun. Yes. There are a lot of funny people in the world. a lot of really intelligent people too. And I love that it's so diverse and it's so full of like so many different people and different experiences, and it's like a way of seeing just how big yet small the world is, and being able to really just learn about other people and understand other people. And so it's really fun to do that. And I definitely have some of my favorites that I like to learn from and grow from. And I want to be able to do that for you guys too. So just to kind of share a little bit about like who I am and, why I know some things. I'm Laurie Marie. Hello, so good to meet you. I'm originally from the Midwest. I was born and raised there. I grew up there pretty much most of my life until about 2016 when I got divorced and decided to move across country without a plan and trusting my intuition. And life's been kind of an amazing, crazy ride since. But there's been so much more than that. So I recently discovered that I kind of had a feeling that I always had gifts, but I wasn't really sure what they were or how to use them or how to understand them, which I think is the case for a lot of people. I feel like we come into this world, hello, welcome. I feel like we come into this world very open and very like, just in awe of life, right? And then I feel like over time, like people, situations, sometimes family, things like that kind of like shut us down. And so then we kind of hide our gifts. Or in some cases, I feel like a lot of people are fearful of their gifts. And so they shut it down. And so I really didn't understand what was happening for a very long time. And then about, what year is it now? About 6 years ago, I came to learn that I'm a psychic medium, and I'm also an empath, and I can channel. And so that was all very interesting. And that's a whole story that maybe I'll share on another live if you guys ever want to hear that story. But basically I discovered my gifts, and I also became a coach along the way. And so I spent a year learning, understanding how fear works, how it shows up in each of us, and how we can navigate it, and really how to live a life of freedom instead of being constantly, coming up against our fears and then not taking action or living the lives we want to live. So that's kind of my training, I guess you could say. But my life experience has brought me so much more. My life experience has been one of many, many challenges. And I find it important to talk about because I think it's important for other people who have also gone through challenges to see that there is another side, that you can get through it and you can come out the other side of it free, really free from, living in that pain, freedom from, hello, welcome, freedom from, living from your wounds. And so, for me, it was like, it was a long journey to get here, but it's been one that's been worthwhile. And there too, if you want to know more about that, let me know and I'll share. But I don't want to oh, hi, this is me and here's everything that's happened in my life on our first meeting together. I feel like it's our first date. I feel like this is our first time together, so I don't want to bombard you with my whole life story. But I'm so glad you're here and so grateful, and just know that you're in good hands. So, do any of you have any questions about anything? Because I would love to support you and love to help you with whatever you got. So let me know if you have anything. I'm here for you. So do we have any questions? If we don't, I'll just keep talking. One of the ways that you can really start to learn how to develop your intuition is some of the things we've been playing. Like if you're following me or if you've been watching some of these games we've been playing, that's one great way to connect to your intuition and to learn to trust it. Also, getting out in nature is really amazing. I'm trying to communicate with my guides. Any advice? Yes. So the biggest thing about when you're trying to connect with anybody, whether it be your spirit guides or loved ones who have passed, or anyone in the spiritual realm, it's so important to have space, have a place where it's quiet, have a place where you can be just with your own thoughts, your own energy, your own mind, and to really tune in. And one of the things that I'd invite you to kind of explore too is, when you're playing some of the games that either I or someone else has presented, just start to notice how you receive information, because that's even more important than getting it right. The desire or the need to get it right comes from the mind coming in. Hello, welcome. Is the mind coming in wanting to be right. And so it's important to start to just notice, where does this information come from? Am I feeling it? Is it just a knowing? Am I seeing symbols or signs? Am I hearing it? How is my information coming to me? I think that's a really great place to start. And then, there are so many ways you can connect to your guides. You can do pendulum work. You can journal. You can sit in meditation and ask questions. Hello, welcome, Melissa. I think it's so important to, just make sure you have time and space where you have quiet and you have a place to just be and to explore and to connect with your guides. When you're connecting, it's really about kind of getting out of your own way and allowing the messages to come through you. And not, one of the things I noticed in some of the comments, I woke up this morning to 200 comments and I was like, oh my God, how do people manage this? But it was a little overwhelming. It was exciting, but a little overwhelming. But, I just... one of the things that I noticed that came up a lot for people was that they were like, oh, I guessed star right away. But then I started thinking maybe it's this or maybe it's that. Or for some people, they were like, I thought it was this and thought it was that. And then last minute when I stopped thinking, then I got the answer, right? It's like we get in our own way. And so that's where it gets tricky. So when you're sitting and you're trying to connect with your guides, or you're trying to, ask the questions, right? Whether it's writing, whether it's pendulum work, whether it's journaling, like when you're asking the questions, just try to calm your mind first. And a lot of times you can do that by breathing, taking deep breaths, slowing down your thoughts, calming your mind. So try that. Give it a try. See, see how that works, and then let me know, because there are so many different ways you can connect to your guides. It's just a matter of trusting yourself, yes, and practicing. I'm trying to trust myself more. I just feel sad when I'm wrong. Yeah, so instead of looking at it as a right or wrong, look at it as a practice, because when we're practicing, we can't get it wrong, right? It's like if you think about riding a bike, it's like there was a time you didn't know how to do it, and then all of a sudden you got on your bike, and eventually you started riding, and now you probably don't even think about it. And so even though you fall down, even though you get it wrong, like know that it's a practice and you're building that muscle. And here's the thing about trust, and I think it's really important to mention, is like so much of our lives have been built around not trusting ourselves, right? From the time we get into school, it's like we have to raise our hand, we have to ask to go to the bathroom, we have to ask to use whatever, we have to ask if we can leave, if we have, all these people and adults and everyone telling us not to trust ourselves. So we're constantly looking for outside validation to see if we're right, instead of from the very beginning trusting ourselves. Like as kids, we're so open and we're so aware and we're so, just like in awe of life, and we know what we're doing. If you ever watch a little kid, like they've got a plan. Like it's very clear they've got a plan, and they just know what to do. And it's because they trust themselves. But over time, we are taught not to trust ourselves. And so a lot of times we will also have times where we, for example, around dating, right? It's like we'll date someone and maybe there were red flags, but we didn't listen to ourselves. We didn't trust ourselves. And so then we develop these like kind of shaky grounds of trusting ourselves. And then every time we put someone else before us, we also kind of chip away at our own knowing and our own self-worth and our own self-confidence. And so this is a practice and a process of learning to trust yourself. So instead of needing it to be right, let it be a practice. Let it be a way of really, starting to rewrite and relearn what it means to trust yourself. I hope that helps. Yeah, so just remind yourself as you're going like, oh, I'm learning, I'm trusting myself, I'm building my trust muscle, right? It's like going to the gym. You can't go to the gym and then the next day you're like fit, right? It's like it takes time. And so that's what you're doing, is you're building that trust muscle. You're building and kind of really healing that trust within yourself, because like I said, as we've grown up, we've learned not to trust ourselves. Let's see, I block it. I knew where it was on the card. I thought it was a cross. Yeah, that's okay. That's something too that happens a lot. Sometimes as children, we're very, like I said, open, and sometimes I've heard so many times of people feeling like, okay, I have gifts, but I'm really scared of them, or I'm fearful of them. And here's a couple things I want to say about that. Like, one, realize that, first of all, you always have control. You have free will. You get to say how much, how often, if you want to, if you don't, right? And as children, sometimes we shut down our gifts because we're afraid of them, or afraid of, what we might see or what we might experience or what we might feel, or maybe we did have some experience that scared us. And so just know that, one, trusting yourself is not a bad or wrong thing, and you're safe in that, right? And then there's a couple other things I think it's important to remember. Always ground before you do any kind of energy work. Like, make sure you're good and grounded so you feel safe, so you feel secure, so you feel supported. And then be sure to to remember and to know that you are always in control. You have the power. You are empowered. You get to say how much, when, if, any of it, right? Just like with anything else, there's consent. And so spirit can't just work with you unless you want them to. So you may, get messages or hear things or experience things or feel things, but you still have control. So there's nothing to fear. I believe there's nothing to fear. I know there are people who believe in really scary stuff or have scary experiences. That has not been my experience. So I can't really speak to that. But I also don't really indulge in that. So I don't really indulge in some of those beliefs or some of those fears. So I feel like everything is kind of mirroring back to us what we really feel. And so because I don't believe that, I don't experience that. Doesn't mean it doesn't exist. I'm not fearful of my gifts. I know myself. I trust my guides. I trust spirit. And that's it. Yes, you are welcome. Do I use oracle cards or tarot cards? No, not really. I like them. I don't know how to use tarot, to be honest. I do like oracle cards just for fun, but I feel like those are tools. I feel like they're not necessary. I just feel like they're kind of tools that people use, just like some people use pendulums, some people, use other things. I don't need to, so I don't. I just use my own intuition and my own knowing. So welcome everyone. Say hello. I'm so excited I could be live. This is so fun. I've been how do I get to 1,000 just so I can go live? And now I finally can. And so it feels good. Because I want to be here and I want to serve you and I want to interact with you. And so please say hello. Let me know where you're coming from. What's happening? What's true for you right now? What are you experiencing? Well, I'd love to support you. You got me here. Let me know what you need support with. I am completely 100% a safe space to share. So let me know what you're needing. I've got you. It's so, it's such a beautiful thing when you can really learn to trust yourself and you can listen to those inner voices and that inner knowing or that inner intuition and really follow your heart and kind of what it's calling you towards. I really started doing this work about 8 years ago. And I really started to learn and understand the kind of the whole process and how it works and how I work and what I'm here for. I truly, truly to the bottom of my heart, to the depths of my soul, believe that we are human. We are souls having a human experience. And I believe all the challenges, all the lessons, all the things that we experience, no matter how painful they may be, I feel like they are meant for us. I feel like they are meant for us to help us to heal, to help us to grow, and to help us then go off and support others do the same. And so doing this work is really incredible and really powerful. So let me see, we got another question. What are your thoughts on opening your third eye? Is it necessary? I don't think it's necessary. I think it happens I think it just happens. For me personally, I had my, I feel like you become, when you're having your awakening, I feel like that's when you really become aware of all of it. And I feel like we have many different awakenings, right? Being born is an awakening. It's like we're in the womb, we're born. It's like that's an awakening. I feel like going through different times or periods in your life is an awakening. For me, what happened is, so in my early 20s, I had experienced trauma. I won't get into the nitty-gritty details of it, but I experienced trauma, and then over the course of a year, I did not cope very well, and I gained a lot of weight. And then I spent the next 12 years really hating myself and hating my body and hating the way I looked. And what happened was, on the outside, everything looked fine and good, and like, I'm all good, I'm fine, but on the inside, I was not okay. And in 2013, I was at a workshop, because I've been a photographer for the last 14 years too. So I was at this workshop with like 60 strangers in the middle of the Dominican Republic, and I had a complete breakdown / awakening. And so what happened was I realized that it was finally time for me to get help. It was finally time for me to say, okay, I'm not okay, and I really need support. And so from there, that kind of kicked off my healing journey, and that also opened me up to understanding and learning more about my gifts, learning about how to use them, learning about how they've been using me. Like, for example, being an empath, it's like if you're an empath, you can feel the energy in the room, you can feel the energy of others, you're just very sensitive to energy and you can absorb it. And here's the thing, it's not yours to take on. Being an empath, it's not your job to take on the emotions or the energy of others, but it happens. And unless you understand and learn how to navigate that and how to have tools and different ways of dealing with that, it can feel very overwhelming. It can cause a lot of anxiety. It can cause hello, welcome everyone. It can cause a lot of anxiety. It can cause a lot of overwhelm. It can really be a lot, and it can feel really heavy, and thereby causing people to cope in ways that really aren't healthy or helpful. For me, I was using food, I was using alcohol, I was using cigarettes, I was using shopping, I was using all these different things to cope with the feelings I didn't want to feel. And so I really had to learn and understand what was going on, and how to have new tools and how to navigate that. Navigating what it meant to be an empath, navigating what it meant to be highly sensitive, navigating like how to work through my own fears and my own everything. And so through that process, I really learned how to understand my own gifts and understand how I work and how I tick and how my gifts show up, and also to understand just what an awakening was and how to navigate that. And then there are so many different kind of parts to the journey, right? And like in the last few years, I did a lot of my shadow work, which shadow work is looking at kind of the parts of yourself you don't want to look at, the parts of yourself you feel like no one could possibly ever like love or want, the parts you want to keep hidden from people. Like I had to look at that and do that work. And when I did, it really frees you from really the pain that you like sit with or live with. And so to go back to your question, I don't think you have to forcefully open your third eye. I feel like it happens as you develop your intuition. And I feel like, the more you practice and the more you practice connecting with yourself and really, practicing connecting with your guides and doing the work, like not only the healing work, not only the spiritual work or the development work, but also the healing work, I feel like it opens more naturally. So that's my take on that. 100%. Yeah, thanks for the question. If you're just joining, say hello. Let me know where you're coming in from. Let me know what you need support on, or if you have any questions. Like, I'm so excited to be here and be live with you guys. It's so awesome. You know, I'm not into like, oh, I have this many followers. Like, I'm just not into that, but I am excited to be able to be live with you. I believe for me, it's more about impact and really supporting people than it is about like how many followers I have. So, but I'm grateful for each and every one of you because I couldn't be live if you wouldn't have helped me out with that. So thank you. Do I know any past lives that I've had? I'm definitely an old soul. I know that. I don't know, like, can I recall them? No. I definitely know that at some point I was like some sort of, you know, leader or like powerful, I don't know, you could call it, I guess, witch or like wise woman or, you know, something like that. And I did have, I think it's why in this life I had such a hard time using my voice. Because let me tell you, what you are seeing here today is not even what you would have seen like 4 years ago. I was terrified to be seen. I was terrified to put myself out on video. Oh, you just saw my cup video? Yeah. I was like, what? My cup? Like, I got like throat chakra work to do and to kind of work through some of that so that I could be seen, could share my voice, know that it's safe to do that. Because when you have trauma, when you've experienced trauma, you know, doing stuff like this can be really scary. Like, and so I had to work through that fear of like letting people see me and using my voice and knowing my voice mattered. And so it's a lot of work that I've had to kind of go through to get here. So the fact even that I'm excited that I can be on here live with you is like, it's like, who are you? Like, it's so different than even 4 years ago when I was like terrified to do this. But it's so possible. So let me, if anything, if you get anything from our time together ever, it's like, let yourself know that no matter where you are, no matter what your experience is, no matter what you've been through, that you can get to the other side of it and you can create this amazing, incredible life. And you can get to a place where you're confident in yourself and you're able to use your voice, you can be seen, and it's okay and it's safe. And frankly, like anybody that has anything like negative or like hurtful to say, like honestly, they're hurting themselves. And so you don't have to allow or tolerate that behavior, but just know that it's not even about you at the end of the day. So, let's see. So past lives, yeah, I know I've had a lot of them. I don't exactly know what they are, but I've definitely, I've had a few. Even in this one life, I feel like I've lived so many lives. I mean, I've been, you know, like I grew up this like super shy kid, like that lived in a really small town in the Midwest. And then I became a teenage mom. And then I like, you know, was married, and then I got divorced, and then I moved across the country, and then I traveled across the world. And like, so when I think about just like everything I've experienced in my life, it's like I already feel like I've lived so many lives in this one life. And so it's pretty incredible. Sometimes I'm like, I look at photos of myself, you know, at different time periods, and I'm like, who is that? I feel so far removed from who that person was, you know? But I also have deep love for her because everything she did at that time, no matter if it was the right decision, the wrong decision, it was the best decision for the time and the place and what she knew then. So, do with that what you will. Welcome. Let's see. You saw my cup video. Yeah. So just to share for anybody who's watching. So for the last 4 months, I've been living van life, so to speak. And right now we're visiting a friend's house. We're watching her house while she's traveling, while she's gone. And every day she sets out a cup of coffee for her loved one who has passed. And she's been gone for like over a week now. And the other day, my guy, my honey, he asked me to come in the kitchen and like here this coffee cup is swinging. And it did that for like 15 minutes. It's just swinging. And I was like, oh, I think girlfriend wants some coffee. So we made her some coffee and we put it out there. And we've had no more swinging cups since. So even in the afterlife, we want our caffeine. Yeah, sorry about the mug moving. Yeah, no, I'm not sorry about it. You know, like spirit, you know, for anyone who's ever lost someone, know that they are with you. Like, it's not over when we die. Like, yes, they're no longer here in this physical body, this meat suit, this form, but they're still with you. And if we pay attention, there are signs like swinging cups or symbols. A lot of times you'll see like, you know, certain symbols that represent that person. Maybe it's a butterfly, maybe it's a monarch, maybe it's a hummingbird. Like, they show up in different symbols and they're trying to get your attention. And they're trying to just let you know, like, hey, honey, like, I'm here. I see you. I love you. I'm with you. So just know that, like, if you know, have lost someone, they're not gone. They're just, you know, they're in a different form, but they're still here. Welcome, everybody. Let's see. Oh, I thought we had a question. Does anybody else have any questions? Thank you all for being here and saying hello. This is awesome. I've got a few more minutes. If you guys have any questions, let me know. I'm happy to support. Wait, where did it go? I just saw it said new message and then it was like, oh, it's gone. I'm trying to figure out, obviously, this is new for me. So I'm trying to figure out like, okay, where did the message go? Where did it go? I thought it goes in the Q&A, but, and then it said one, that there was a new message, but I'm not seeing it here. Why you gotta make it complicated? You just got the oh so amazing privilege of hearing me sing. I'm kidding. Yeah, well, I'm so grateful for all of you and that you're here and that you helped me get to 1,000 so I can do this and love on you and pour into you and support you. And please let me know if you have any questions or if you, you know, if there's anything you need support with. I'm here and I'm excited. I can go live now. So exciting. I love it. If you don't have any more questions though, I'm gonna head out and I'll be back. I haven't decided if I'm gonna do like a specific time yet because I've got other places that I do things and I go live. A lot of times I go live. I actually go live on Instagram and Facebook at 6 p.m. Pacific Central Time. And I also, what else do I do? Oh, I'm on Clubhouse. You are so welcome. But now that I can be on TikTok, I'm going to have to figure out like a time. And then, because I don't like to schedule things. But who knows? I might just pop on, you know, at a random time too. But for now, I'm glad you're here. And I'm glad I got to go live with you today. And I hope you have a wonderful day. And yeah, Can't wait to share more games with you and help you develop your intuition and learn to trust yourself, because you know the answers. You do, even if you don't believe it. I promise you, you do. And when you can really learn to trust yourself and trust your intuition and trust where you're being guided, regardless of what anybody else is telling you, that's when you become the creator of your own life. Okay, sending you love. Thank you. Mwah. Bye, guys. How do I turn it off? This is so bad. I don't know how to leave. Oh, here it is, I think. Okay. No, that's not it. How do you... You guys, how do you turn this off? Seriously. I'll just be on TikTok from now until eternity. How do you do it? Anybody know? Seriously. Let me see. Did I just click that? Oh, that just tells me how many people are following. Is it this one? Nope, that's sharing. I hope you're all like laughing about this, because I am. Oh, maybe it's this one. Oh, I found it.